The adjourn and everything today?
Just have to get the camera up and running. We're ready to go.
Was Duncan gonna be here? Okay.
No, he's out, yeah. I think they're in Wisconsin.
Yeah, I never know when they're coming and going. It
Yeah.
seems like they're there almost every other
He stopped at
weekend.
the shop the other day for the fence advertising. I talked to
Okay.
Travis, so I talked to him.
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
Shaking you down.
Yep. Yep, he found us, found our shop, so that was good.
All right, are we ready to start then?
Yep.
Okay, so we're at January 26th, 2026 Park and Rec meeting. So first one of the new year, right? Fun stuff. So we'll start with roll call. Tim Weber, president here. Wendy Kuehl, vice president.
Here.
Frank Blaine, secretary.
Here.
Vacant position is here. Updates on vacant position, I talked to Chad Morrison, he is interested in taking it, so I think the mayor is planning on appointing, or calling him and then appointing him at the next council meeting. Duncan Woodhull is absent with notice. And then city council representative, Keith Carlson. There we go, very good. And then city employee rep, Craig Wagner.
Here.
Very good. First order would be the approval of the agenda. Anybody wants to vote to?
I would make a motion to approve the agenda as written.
I'll second.
Very good. Do we gotta take a vote on that? I always forget. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Very good. Any opposed? Perfect. We can move on to the approval of the previous minutes from December 22nd, 2025. And which I was absent from without notice, so sorry guys on that one.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from December 22nd meeting.
Very good, I can second that.
Okay.
All in favor, aye.
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 Any opposed? Very good, motion passes. Public comments, we have no public here today. These probably move a little bit faster than the city meetings, huh?
So far, yeah.
Rifling through, so. And then we can move on to bullet point 4, the reports, and any updates from council and staff members on non-agenda items here. I don't know if Craig has anything that he would like to
Just give you a
share.
quick update. The bathroom for pickleball, we are, as far as what we need to do, we're done with it. Getting the plumber and electrician in, I'm hoping next week, now that the weather's gonna start warming up, that they can get in there and get that finished up. So we'll definitely be opened up and ready for spring when we get the pickleball courts up.
Perfect, be very good. I think people for the pickleball courts and for the park alike will enjoy that, so that's great.
That's about all I got right now for updates.
Thanks for your hard work through these cold days on that stuff too. There's a lot of progress being done with snow on the ground on those. Very good. Any old business? We can start with Swenson Park. We can revisit the concession stand discussion. So just to catch you up on speed here, the concession stands, we were asked from the community as something that they would like to see out in the Swenson Park area would be concession stands, bathrooms, and storage, and we put one up, and it's very nice, and we built it with food safety codes. We got double sinks, we've got a mop bucket station in there, all kind of ready to go for anybody to step in and fill it. And in this past year, it was really tough to get anybody in there, so it was kind of unfortunate to build it and then have it go relatively unused. And obviously the bathrooms get used and the storage facility gets used, but the concessions were not being used very much, and we were trying to figure out how to incentivize people or make it get used, so.
It's basically just used during tournaments. They're not using it for the games during the week at all. And it's really only used by the softball association because it's too far away from soccer and too far from the football fields.
Sure.
So,
The high school did run it this year, or last year too. They brought, for high school games, they brought people in to run it, so it was open just a couple nights a week through early spring.
So one thing that we wanted to avoid was having to use city staff to keep inventory and stock it and just let somebody else go and run through it, and then the city's always out there doing audits on it, trying to figure out what was sold, if we got everything, are we using a vendor or distributor to staff it or whatever. We wanted to, really, I mean, we want the softball to step up and use it because we built it for softball, you know, so that's kind of what it falls back on, so. We were exploring any options, if there's any groups that you could think of, like, after prom or band or anybody does fundraising that would like to take it, and we opened it up for an RFP for a bid, and in the end, nobody bid on it, so it was like, anybody could step in here for $1 and have this facility plug and play ready to go, and not be in charge of paying for water or electricity, and just bringing food and selling it, basically, so we're trying to brainstorm. Anybody could do it, private or public, so.
Sounds like Teresa, though, got a call from Dave from the Humboldt Bar.
Okay.
It was in her report.
Okay.
Yeah, but she said that he called, and then he had stopped in, and she wasn't here at a meeting or something, so they're supposed to be meeting the first week in February.
Okay.
So that might be an option. He apparently does concession
Okay.
stuff, so he might be interested in that, so. She had that in her report.
Very good. I know there's a company called Midwest Concessions that operates out of Hartford, and they kind of do like carny stuff, and they travel all around.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know if they would be interested in something like that at all, or if, you know, they're on the road too much or not.
Yeah.
Be
So we'll
great.
probably know more after our next meeting.
That's great. Okay. Next, we have maintenance fee for field usage discussion out there. So a tough part about that is, right, you could say, all right, softball, if you're going to use softball fields, you pay because you're having games out there. Well, then we have soccer fields out there that really aren't holding any games, but they're getting used a lot for practices. The flag football fields are getting used a lot, so it's like, how do we equally assign a fee for usage, especially when, like, soccer is mostly run from the DASC out of Sioux Falls, Harrisburg area, and so we're like, well, do you have to charge those teams individually then, a surcharge to be able to practice at home? And if you do so, what's to say that they're actually gonna pay, or that they're not just now practicing at any random open piece of grass in the city because it's free versus paying to go use the facilities we've set up? So that's a tough discussion to have, but ultimately it was about $35,000 of maintenance charges. Is that right, Craig? That we have per year on updating the facilities. So trying to find ways to recoup that. We're working through that through like the signage that we're getting out there, advertising agreements and stuff, trying to get some of that to come back as well. But we would like to see, we would like to put something together to help pay for that a little bit with the
So
people using it.
how much would you be short after the advertising?
Right now, we don't have, what do we have, maybe
Three, I think.
three out there at $500 a year,
Yeah.
so.
For 3 years. yeah.
So we're showing.
35,000.
3,400,
Yeah.
44,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, one thing we did discuss and is like Sioux Falls got robotic mowers. We talked about that lightly, but that comes with like a waypoint that Sioux Falls is looking to expand upon on the west side of Sioux Falls that then would reach here, but we really can't do anything unless Sioux Falls decides to go in and put up like a way station basically that services a area that these robotic mowers can tap into.
Kind of like the GPS farmers using their tractors.
Yep, exactly. So, the Sioux Falls seems to be super happy with theirs. They think that they, in the first year, or the first 2 months, I think they say they recouped their cost on them, that's what they figured, so. Obviously, they have a lot more acres of grass to keep short than we do, so our repayment might not look the same, or it might not even be a repayment situation, but there's some ideas we've been looking at for trying to cut these.
Could you almost lease those fields to Sioux Falls, the city of Sioux Falls?
maybe, but
Like,
they,
just like an overflow field if they have a big tournament in town or something like that.
yeah, they also are running into similar problems and concerns, and they've heavily invested in their fields, so they have a lot of them. So I don't think that they would, and I haven't talked to them about this, but I don't think they would be interested in paying to go outside of the city when they've invested a lot for what they have. And Craig, do you talk to them guys on and off a little bit? Do you get that same feeling? Or?
Yeah, I think, you know, if you would lease some Sioux Falls, would you be able to keep control over more Hartford people that have first chance at playing on them and stuff like that? So it's one of those things that you just take the hit every year and keep things going, try to get the advertisement going and try to recoup a bunch of costs that way. We just kind of started getting into the advertising with them last year, wasn't it? It was
Yeah.
The first ones went up.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, there you go.
And I know Duncan's been hitting, that's the next item, but he's
yeah,
been
I
hitting
think he
them.
had quite a few of them that were pretty
Yeah.
interested for this
Yep.
year, so.
Because the feedback from Hartford is pretty favorable, isn't it, on those fields?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They're in great shape and,
Yep.
and they like the facilities.
We got a lot of rain last summer, so as Craig said, that helped a bunch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one unique thing we have is we have a lot of activities on one area, right? Where in Sioux Falls, you'll have like an area that's pretty well dedicated to soccer, and then another area that's pretty well dedicated to softball. So like, it's a lot easier for them to like break down who's using what facilities, or ours is like, we have this cost out there and everybody's using it, so it's like how to fairly ask for them to help out, you know, but.
Sure.
And it's not that they don't compensate us at all.
The
We've gotten
school-
materials.
Yeah, the schools helped us out. We're still working with them, is getting a automatic sprinkler that we can do the soccer fields with, or even some of the ball fields. The softball associations went in and bought chalk for the fields, something like that. So-
Mhm.
So we are getting some kickbacks that way from different areas, so.
Very good.
Okay, very good. So, just, I don't know that we have any like really forward-moving ideas on that, but just kind of catching up with where we're at, and probably next meeting, we'll go through all this again and get Chad caught up to speed too, and
And maybe Duncan will have some
Mhm.
numbers for us that he's picked up. so.
who knows, maybe he already gathered 30,000 of signs and we're sitting good.
No.
He's a pretty good salesman.
Yeah.
he is.
All right, so yeah, that kind of rolls right into the advertising agreement update. So what we did, as far as the update goes, is we gave if he did 3 years, then we gave a discount on it, right? So
It's written into the contract.
committed 3 years, then there's a little bit of a break, and, which I think is good for everybody, so. With that being done, we can move into bullet point B on 26 budget items, and a review of 26 budgets that were passed at the last budget, so this is stuff that we're spending this year. So the first thing we have on here is a playground system for younger kids, and this is in Lyons Park, the main park in Hartford. Currently, the playground equipment is, I believe, 5 to 9 years old, is that
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, 5 to 12, I think.
5 to 12,
Yep.
yeah. Wendy's our expert on the playground
Yeah.
equipment, she really dove into it, so.
Yeah, so we actually are doing a little kids area, so it's like, there's one section that's 6 months to 23 months, and then 2 to 5,
Mhm.
2 to 5-year-olds, so, yeah. And then it has like a little spinny chair and some musical instruments, so we were able to get some stuff on discount at the end of the year, and we'll be doing that in the spring, weather permitting.
Okay.
Is that delivered?
No,
I don't know what the delivery fee is.
Yeah, they were gonna hold it for us.
yeah, they're holding,
Yeah.
they're holding it until the spring, so I think we need to work out like when you guys want it, to
Yeah.
maybe closer to the installation date, I don't know. For
I
space.
think we're hiring them to do it, so maybe we'll find out what their time frame is, what they're
Yeah.
looking at, when they wanna do it, and then make sure we talk to the shipping department to find out, make sure we get it shipped.
Yeah.
Like prior to that week or something like that.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I didn't know if there was any prep work that needed to be done. I'll ask
Yeah.
him. He said he'd get in contact with me in the spring here, just when the weather starts shaping up here.
Okay.
And we can kind of work out a
My
day.
number two,
Okay.
if you want to talk to me,
Yeah,
whatever.
sounds
see what
good.
Prep work needs to be done.
Were you part of putting this one in that's there now? Because those go into the ground, what, probably 8, 10 feet?
No, they're,
Not that far.
I want to say, we tried to keep, I think it's right around that 4 foot. so
Okay.
they're up below the frost line.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they're good.
Perfect.
Yeah, and they'll probably have us drill the holes for
Yeah.
them and prep it that way.
We didn't have any trees or anything in the way.
No, we should be in good shape.
Where we're at,
so.
where we're putting it right, yeah.
We might have some equipment to remove.
To
Just
shift over or
relocate.
whatever, yeah.
Mhm.
Yep,
And that's that big park, right?
Yeah, yeah.
That's a really nice park.
yeah, yep.
And this is gonna go over where that sand's at right now. There's a couple of small kids' things in there, that's about it, so that's where this is gonna go in that area.
Yeah, between that and like where the pickleball court, where that sidewalk runs, by the pickleball. Court there.
Right, and
Yeah.
then, next thing that we got going in on Lyons Park is another pickleball court, which is great. They have been very actively used. We went on the fence between putting 2 sets in or putting 1 set of pickleball courts in, and a set comes with 2 courts, right? So it's gonna go right next to the ones that are there. The reason we went with a set is because if the dollar amount, once you get over, then it goes to engineering, open bids, and it basically doubles the price. So if we do them one at a time, it takes a little longer, but it saves the city a lot of money, and it gradually grows it. And then, you know, if pickleball dies out, which I don't see it doing, then we're not like 10 into it, but I think this is a really good way that shows the community that we're continually working towards that area, and it keeps growing, and it's doing great, so.
There's room for 6 total
Mhm.
in that area, so we'll have 4 next year.
You're a player, aren't you?
Yeah, I play. Frank plays too. And Tim, maybe.
Yeah, I try. Well, I signed up for the league, and then I hurt my, like, patella tendon, so I can't jump, I can't run. I was like trying to do jump ropes the other day, and I did like 2, and then I'm like, oh, I can't jump anymore. And I was like, well, this isn't gonna be very good for
Yeah,
pickleball.
you can't do pickleball then.
Yeah.
You didn't do it pickleball, did you?
No, I coach wrestling, and I can wrestle all day just fine, but as soon as I go to like take 2 steps running, it's like knife in the knee, and I'm like, well,
Yeah, that's not
we
gonna
can
work.
start a wrestling league, maybe. And then we got a pickleball practice board that we're trying to find a place for. I think we were gonna just put it up against one of the courts with like an etiquette board, as well as, you know, like gameplay takes precedence over a practice board, you know, and have a few other bullet points on that court etiquette, and so.
We had a
that'd be great.
donation from a resident here for that. They wanted a practice board, so.
And then ag lime on field A. So field A is the biggest of the 3 fields right next to the pickleball court. So the outfield is right up to the pickleball court. The infield of that, the high school likes to use that field the most because we got lights there. We're out in Swenson Park, we don't have lights. But the infield is very sandy with some agri lime on top of it. So we're gonna scoop all that out and get a good base and good agri lime in there. And then also this coming year, maybe start talking about doing some improvements or what we need to do to get the outfield in good condition. They asked for that too, so. And there's a big fence there, and we have stake pockets in the outfield that we can put up, so we can bring the fence in with like a temporary.
Temporary fence.
Yeah, temporary fence that puts it to regulation size for the high school girls, so. It's nice, and it's kind of, it was a little bit of a give and take thing where we're trying to give them stuff and so they can keep working with us and maybe try to get more going out there too. So it's, I thought it was a great thing that the board came up with, is a way to help the high school a little bit too, so. And then out at Swenson Park, we had a new entrance sign. We had an amount donated to us. I'm not sure, did we ever figure out what the amount was? I'm not sure if we got a dollar amount, but they said they would.
I think the way Teresa had that, we were supposed to put together the cost for it and then go to the family and see
Yeah.
how much they wanted.
And that was in the packet, so.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys saw that, there's 2 options for the sign layout. I don't know, are we supposed to vote on that, or
I think you
just give
probably-
our opinion?
I I think when you get to that point, I think you should just make a motion and vote on it when you
Okay.
get to there. And then,
Sounds
I
good.
think some of this too is, we'll probably want to try to get some of this money released at the council meetings here soon. So
Yeah.
we can start getting things coming.
Okay.
Do we want
Did
to
you
look at
guys look at
that,
that?
that sign layout?
I
So-
I looked at it.
I personally like the second one.
I do too. Option
Better?
B.
That's what I caught me too.
Yeah, it's a little bit bigger, like
It
the
just lets you
font
know
is
where
a
you
little
are,
bit bigger.
yeah. And do you have that in your packet, or do you want to see pictures?
Sure. Here, I have a complete packet if you want to have this here.
So.
Yeah, there's,
All right, here, I got a complete packet.
I just feel like the words are
Okay.
easier to read.
It's a lot easier to see.
It's a lot of, yeah, I agree. I like option B.
Yeah.
So, and the idea here is that's a pretty robust sign, but it matches the other signs that we have that say Live Lively, Welcome to Hartford. So it's the same design, it fits in with like the community brand standards basically. And I think it's a good way going forward, so.
Okay.
I would make a motion to ask for the release of funds for option B, with the larger Swenson Park font on that sign.
I'll second that.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Very good. Is there anything else that we need to make a motion for as far as like the Lyons Park stuff that you see right now, Craig? Or is
Yeah,
it-
I'm wondering if we shouldn't just put together a complete list of what we think we're gonna need money released for right now at this time.
Okay.
And then
And
Yeah.
make a
just
motion for
just
that.
release this money for these items.
Okay.
Before we
Sure.
start getting things ordered and coming.
Yep.
So you can put a light in this thing?
Do those have?
I think they
We were
do.
talking about solar lights, there's no power out there.
I think that's what I was gonna maybe
Yeah.
suggest. You know, instead of that bright one out in, on the entrance of the city, it's a little bit bright.
No.
That one is, as you're going out towards the treatment plant?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one is very bright. I think, maybe we should look at that, because I think that light shines kind of,
We did turn it.
Okay,
so-
very good. I just noticed it a couple
About 3
days
weeks
ago.
We turned it or whatever, so.
Okay,
If we
okay.
need to turn it some more, we certainly can.
Okay.
Yep.
So let's maybe put a list. We probably don't need to release, do we need to release any funds for playground equipment? Do we
I-
want to get them
I
I
paid?
think you should release it so that when we're ready to order it.
Ready to order it,
Okay.
Because we meet just once a month,
Yeah,
Okay.
and if
Yeah.
we end up, like, if they're ready to have it shipped done on the beginning of the month, then we have to
Right.
wait to go to this board, and we have
Yeah.
another 2 weeks or something for
Yep,
council.
I'm fine with that.
So I think I would check off the things that we want to move ahead with at this time.
Mhm.
So it'd be like the playground stuff, because that needs to be ordered and get things moving that way. I would like to see the agri-lime money get released, because I'm gonna try doing that yet before the frost completely comes out. So
Okay.
as soon as we get some off the top, we can go in and start removing the stuff we have to.
yeah.
And then I think the entrance we should sign, we should have, make sure we release that, what you guys just did. Shade structure bleachers, that's something that we need to order yet
Okay.
soon.
So we should release
Yeah.
that as well.
Scoreboards, netting, I mean, we could, I don't see anything that we should wait to release, I guess. Should we just make a motion to release all the funds here, you think, or is there anything you should?
I would have some idea what you want to do with the unallocated stuff.
Okay,
Or you could ask the, you could certainly go and ask to release it all, they'll just, release the money, and then we'd still probably go in front of them, just say, here's what we're gonna get purchased at this time, and that's
Yeah.
something I can do in my report, just say that, we're, if they release the money, then I'll just say that there's some items that here that we're gonna go ahead and start getting moving on, so that's what we need the money for. So it probably would hurt just to ask to release the full 300,
okay,
just so that way it's available.
Yep.
For unallocated, the guy we hired this year, he's already got shelter 5. He's got it all furred out, ready for sheet metal. The sheet metal's in. It'll probably take him 2 days to get that all finished up and wrapped up. He asked me he wanted to do the other ones, and I said, well, we don't have money budgeted this year for them, but I said the park board might have some money that they could release toward it, whether we get a couple more done, or, more of them done, or whatever.
okay,
So we still have 3 left in the park that we would be doing. I did have him go give me quotes on them. So shelter 3, is our shelter one is the biggest shelter in there. That's the one that gets probably, it's the one that's set up for like jamboree.
Oh, yeah.
base,
Mhm.
area now. That one there is right around $3,600 for all the materials for that.
You said how much?
3,600.
Okay.
And then there's shelter 2 and shelter 3, which are identical in size, and they are right around that, I'd say 2,300 each. And this is something that you'd probably have done before spring even hits if we decide to go ahead with that. So that's something you guys can discuss.
So give me those shelter numbers again, the big ones.
So shelter 1, 2, and 3. Yep.
So it would be $8,200 in total over those three.
Of the 35,000 on the side.
Yeah.
So that's something you guys can discuss and see if you want to do it. That would take care of all the shelters in the Lyons Park. And then next year, we, as a city, my department, we would budget to do the one at Turtle Creek. So that way all will be steel covered and everything look the same, uniform.
Okay. What do you want? Do you want us to ask for these three, or would you like us to ask for all four, or do you guys not have time to do all four?
We could certainly do all four. I do not have a quote on that one.
Okay.
If you get the 300,000 released, we could add, say that we're gonna add these shelters
Yep.
to get them done, and then I can come back to you with the quote on the other one.
Okay,
Do that.
and that one's a little bit smaller than shelter 2 and 3, or is it about the same?
It's the same size, but it also has a side, the front
Oh.
side on for
Yep.
the block, yep.
Yep. Okay,
Terry Hagan is going to, at the next Jamboree meeting, he's gonna bring up that, see if they wanna donate any money toward the shelters, to maybe take and do one of them.
okay,
They've always, through the money they make and what the city gives them, that they try to put money back into the park. They've done a lot of electrical updates and stuff in the park.
all right.
So that's something he's gonna bring them, so even if we allocate the money and we do get that from them, then we'll have them pay for one of them, and then it'd leave us more money to do something down the road with. So I think maybe that's probably the way to do it, is just
Ask for the full release.
just ask for the full release, and then just tell them that, the way a lot of this stuff needs to get ordered, stuff needs to keep moving ahead, so we have it, a good jump on it before summer actually hits. So,
All right, I will make a motion to ask the city council for the full release of the $300,000 in funds with a proposal on these shelters as well, and potentially a fourth, depending on what Jamboree Day Committee wants to do with us here, so.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Very good, motion passes.
Well, he'll be glad to hear that, because as soon as it gets nice, I think next week you'll have that one shelter done, and he'll be ready to start on the other ones.
He's looking for things to do.
Yeah, yeah, he's-
That
yeah, this-
treatment plant is working too good, he does not busy yet,
Yeah,
huh?
well, it's been keeping a couple of us pretty busy out there, but
Do you think we could advertise some of the things that we're gonna be doing for 2026 to the public, like on a Facebook page or something?
I don't think it'd hurt to maybe put out there
Just
that,
say, hey, we're getting a
there's
new
some
park.
improvements we're looking
Yeah.
at doing this year in the park, through the park board.
I mean, like I think the concrete pads too for the disc golf courses, and additional pickleball courts, maybe just highlight some of the bigger things that we're
Just saying
doing.
for improvements such as, different
Mhm.
improvements coming to the parks this spring, would include, another pickleball court,
Yeah,
different, just list a few things, just let people
Yeah.
know that they're gonna see some changes.
yep. Yeah, just something positive for the community to look forward to.
Who manages that? Is Teresa?
I think Teresa's, City Hall here manages it, yeah. So Teresa kind of gets everything together, and usually Jenny helps us about that.
And I have that, there's a picture of the mock-up for the playground, we could add that on there.
That'd be great. Has anybody heard, is there anybody interested in buying the brewery? Is that gonna be no longer a brewery, or anybody heard any rumblings on that? I just see the closure of First Street on our, you know, potential future plans, and I just wonder if we lose a brewery, if that becomes less of a viable option. Okay, very good.
So I did get some numbers. Teresa had mentioned that you guys were looking for numbers for basketball courts, so that might be in there. And there's two different quotes basically for different size fields. One of them is just for the same size that we have right now, what size it is, I think it's 45 by 75. Yeah. If you go larger for like a actual full court size, like a high school court, then you're looking at about an 84 by 50, and that's gonna be 45 one, so it means something for budget for next year's whatever. So, and then too, I'll update those numbers too before we get to asking the council for budget time.
I'll try to see if I can find a picture of it. When we were in Europe last summer, all the basketball courts have a metal soccer net that's part of the framework to support the hoop. So the kids can play soccer on the court if they're not playing basketball.
Oh, that's cool. Like a multi-purpose.
Yeah.
Like the basketball hoop was like part of the net, or part of the...
The frame
Yeah,
floor.
okay.
for the
Yeah.
net.
That's cool.
So 45,100 you said for a full
Yeah.
court?
Then we'd wanna remeasure everything, just make sure it's all
Mhm.
fitting there without having to take out something else.
Yeah, I'm sure, because we probably don't know what size court is there currently.
Yeah, it's a 45 by 75.
Oh, it is, okay.
So I think we would have another 9 feet that we could go to the, would be to the north, and then the width, another 5 feet or whatever, I think we could make. I think it would fit, so it just depends on what size you want to do, so.
Do we have any, the ice rink, that was out of our, what we hadn't spent on last year's budget, is that right? Or is there any accounting for that on this year's budget?
I guess,
Don't know.
Yeah.
See what they decide, I suppose.
yes, you know, it works, but it's, as soon as you start to put more water to it, and that other old ice, water gets underneath and it floats that up, so you gotta really put a light skim on it to try to get it done.
Yeah.
Terry was there last week, I think it was, when it was real cold, and I guess I have to go down and look, see what it's like, so.
It's probably pretty solid now, right?
I just don't know how rough it is. you know,
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Especially with the weather that we get, blowing across and stuff, it's just tough.
You know, and then next week they're talking 30s, maybe 40s, so, how much is gonna, might melt and refreeze good and be a nice looking court or skating.
Yeah.
so.
I did see somebody using it one time when I drove by.
Yeah, I
So
know.
I don't know how much use it's getting, but.
I know when Eric was working on that bathroom, he said there's a few different kids down there at different times. so.
Yeah.
Was Eric doing his own construction before?
Yeah,
Okay.
his own company, then he worked for Beaver Built, so.
Oh, gotcha.
Kind of stole it.
Nice. Come on down, it's a lot more fun. You get to work outside in the cold instead of inside. You must be a good salesman, Craig.
There's the guy that works in Sean's office, Matt. He used to be with GPAC as a recruiter.
Oh.
His kids are big into hockey, so I'm assuming they probably use that ice.
Oh, gotcha.
They were kids.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Can't think of her name.
Okay, well, we can move on down to review the 1 to 5 capital improvement plan. That's gonna be at the, you're on the page there. Just kinda has a little layout of ideas for us moving forward. Things that we've assigned, and it's a very fluid document until we get to asking for the money, so. It's, if you have ideas to throw in there, you're more than welcome to throw them in there. If you hear
For
people,
projects.
yeah, hear people asking for things, throw them in there. If you're at a city meeting and you got people probably come to those more than they come to these, and they're saying, hey, what about this? If you're asking for a swimming pool, we would all love that. That's a tall order, so.
We shouldn't put more into the swimming pool than we do the schools.
Yep. Yeah, because wasn't that the last one was like, to get this swimming, to get a new swimming pool is almost gonna be a bigger bond than what we've ever passed for the school, so. It was, swimming pools are expensive.
Yeah.
There's a lot that goes with them, but at the same time, we don't wanna end up in a spot where we don't have a swimming pool, so.
The swimming pool has, in just casual discussion, has come up at the city council just as possible expenses come up.
Mhm.
Yeah, they're expensive to build and expensive to maintain and keep them going, so.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the concession stand, you're not gonna make any money out of it.
Yeah. Yeah, so, what would you like to see happen with the pool, Craig?
I think it'd be nice to do some with it, it just, financially, I don't know how,
Yeah, so you almost need
We
to.
do too much to it, then you have to get it all ADA.
Mhm.
yeah, as far as renovating what we got, I don't think it's feasible for
Mhm.
what it is, the size it is and everything like that. I think you'll be looking at a complete rebuild, you will keep the zero entry
That
part of
little
it and
kids
then
area,
just build into that with it.
We're almost hoping for, some year where they come out with government grants to build pools or something at this point, right? So, I heard there's a really nice pool on the south side of town right next to the interstate. You can go jump in it whenever you want, so. It's a little bit murky, but.
Hopefully them are gone this summer, or getting dried up anyway, so.
Very good. So we always talk about the pool when new people come on the board.
But aren't you anticipating a fair amount of money coming in with these new developments, with the new rules that were passed with the?
I guess, I don't know. We'll have
Isn't
to,
that isn't there a 5% or,
Mhm.
the new rules now, is that the new development that 5% has to be sent to the parks?
So the
Either
Jans,
money or
Yep.
land?
So the Jans Corporation has brought some preliminary plans to it, and they've actually got in their plans, they're going, because we did a park study here last year, and that was one of the areas that we need to plan another park. So they are looking at donating the land, it's 5% of the land or so much valuation of the property or whatever.
Right, but a much better valuation than it used to be, because it,
Yeah.
so.
So they are looking at donating some land for there. What you get on these developments is a far cry from what a pool's gonna cost.
Sure.
what did we say, was it $10 or $20 million we were estimating a pool would be? Somewhere
Yeah.
in that.
You know,
Very,
all
very
that,
high.
yep.
And those were pre-COVID numbers, I think, the last time.
Yeah, it's probably, you're probably looking at 15 to 20 right now.
Mhm.
It depends on how big it is and what you have in it. I mean, everything's so expensive for even just the stuff you add to it, like slides and things like that are just crazy price.
Okay, I think it's, is it time to vote on a new president? Is that the,
Do you want to talk about possible fundings at all for this, or is that coming up later, I guess, in the month? Because Teresa did put together some ways that we got other trail systems together.
Oh, yes, yeah, with some
Oh.
grant opportunities and.
Yep.
She did find some grants?
She just put down some of the ones that we have went after, which are some that we had considered going after again for some of these projects. So the path along Nicholson Road, that one's already in the makings. So probably the next, trail system would probably be the one to go out to Swenson Park out there.
Yeah,
So we've got the land already for it, just a matter of what the trail's gonna cost to do it. So that's something we'd probably wanna look at putting it on the CIP for next, next year, whatever, and go after that money then for that.
That's quite a bit shorter than the other ones.
No, it's,
775
yeah.
feet
Yes.
versus
Some of them are pretty long, yep.
the others that, I think the shortest one was 3 times that.
Yep.
Yeah, that's,
Of course, it was built in 2014 to 19, so price has probably doubled.
290,000, looks like, for that one. Estimate.
Yep. Well, look at that cost per foot. But it does say concrete.
I've been talking to the engineers about that too, and I know concrete is nice to have in there, but I think
Yeah.
as far as maintenance and everything else, plus your asphalt being black, it does melt off quicker in the wintertime, so where your concrete, if it heat a little bit of ice, it's gonna be icy for a few days or more, unless you try to put ice melt on all the whole system.
Right.
So I personally would probably like to see just everything in asphalt. for the trail
Asphalt?
system.
Asphalt with some good drainage.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep, that's the big thing, so that's what I told them when we had our last meeting with the engineers, I said, big thing is just make sure everything's sloped away so you don't have water running across it. And then get the water away from it so it doesn't get underneath the trail too and start busting it up. So, yep. We'd probably even look at building them more toward like, where you got a good sub-base, maybe even put fabric down just to help protect them more, just like, kind of like we do at the streets now, just to keep that separation from the clays and stuff and the gravels. It just makes everything last longer, it's pretty inexpensive for when you start building. And I know some of these grants, I can't remember, I think it's a TAP grant that Teresa likes to go after more than any of them. I believe that's the one she was talking to me about. Some of them just get to be, they take forever to get approval on them and stuff like that, so. I'm kind of wondered if, I guess we'll have the next meeting yet too, so we can still have time to go after, get the stuff designed and go after them. Whether we want to try to, because the grants you get now, you probably wouldn't be doing anything with them until next year, so you go ahead of time if you got the grant and then, go to the council and say, yeah, we got this grant, we got 80/20. But I think we'll have time at the next meeting yet to, something for you guys just to think about if you want to try to go after a grant from that Swenson Park.
Okay.
Sorry, Tim, no, you can probably go ahead.
Is this Greenway Belt Trail, is that the one down by the,
So that was the one that was gonna go from Maine over to Fighter, down here by the creek.
Yep.
The city owns that land, it just, we had some conversations with the homeowners that live along there, and they really didn't want it. It wouldn't be in their yard, but it'd be right next to their yard.
Yeah.
So we looked at trying to jump it across, but then you start jumping it across the creek, then you're building a bridge like what you got down the other side there.
And the bridge is $1 million.
So it just kind of got put on hold for now.
yeah,
Down the road, if the homeowners decide that, hey, I don't have a problem with it, then it'd be something easy to go after.
yeah.
Yeah, and that one was, we were looking at concrete just because of the flooding issues there.
Yeah. Very good. And then is Teresa okay with reaching out to that donor for the sign? Or-
Yeah, she
Okay.
said, once you guys approve it, to go ahead and with it, which I'll make sure she's She's coming in on Sunday to get the packet ready for the council for that next Tuesday. So I will send her an email to make that, tell her that, this is what the board wanted to see is release the money for the funds to, so we keep moving ahead with projects, so that she gets it on the agenda so that we can address it this
Very
coming Tuesday.
Very good. Did you have an input, Craig, on which sign you preferred between A
I
and
did
B?
like the one you guys picked.
Okay.
Yep, and when I looked at them that earlier, it's like that one just popped out.
Yeah,
way more.
yeah, especially if you're from out of town and you're looking for Swenson Park.
Yep.
See it.
I thought the one you guys picked is one I would have went with.
Okay, so now we are on to, back to the top of the schedule here. New business, election of a 26th president. So if we go down to the new business, we can read through the little new business thing, election of 26th board president. The board president shall chair all meetings, schedule all meetings, and act as spokesperson for the board. Don't be too scared about this because Teresa does a lot of this work as well. This position is currently held by myself, and I shall call for nominations for president. And nominations need to be in the form of a motion and a second. If one nominee nomination is made, someone will then make a motion to cast unanimous ballot for that nominee. The motion needs a second and then a vote. If there's more than one, there will need to be a motion, a second, and then a vote on each candidate. So we can open this time up for any nominations for president.
I nominate Tim Weber.
I'll second.
It's like a nod.
Yeah, right.
I knew that was gonna
Yeah,
happen. I knew it.
You're just getting into the role. you
Just
know what I
starting,
mean?
right?
Just
Getting my
starting.
toes wet, so. All right, so we have a first and a second, and we can take a vote on Tim Weber as the 26th board president.
And just for a reminder, if you decide to vote no, it doesn't pass. It takes all three of you guys.
Oh, so I have to vote yes, all right, because we're in a three-person quorum here, right?
Yeah.
Does he get a vote, or is he just,
Nope.
okay, just
Yep,
us,
we're
all
not
right.
voting, yeah.
All in favor?
Aye.
Very good, motion passes. Okay, now we can make a motion for vice president. Same rules apply. It's currently held by Wendy, and nominating and voting for the vice president is the same procedure as the president. So,
I'll make a motion that Wendy be vice
all
president.
right, I can second that. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, motion passes, so the new president, vice president get to take this and continue the meeting with it.
Yeah.
So. All right. An appointment of the secretary. We will have the opportunity to appoint a secretary. It is currently held by Frank Blaine, and the secretary is responsible for composing the agenda and taking the minutes. Frank, would you enjoy doing this, or we could all vote in Duncan without his knowledge too, so.
Well, I'm not certain that he's going to be here any more than I am or not.
Yeah, okay. Well, I can make a motion to appoint Frank Blaine as the secretary. And I think I just appoint that, right? There's no
Right.
Right.
motion, so I just get to do that. I have
Yep.
the power, so Frank
Yep.
as our secretary.
But I do think you guys still have to vote on your appointment. So
Oh.
when you appoint somebody, the rest of them have to agree
Have
with
to
their
vote.
appointment.
Okay.
Just to be safe, I just,
Okay.
So something we skipped, or we have to do?
Does there have to be a motion on that since he?
I think I'd just be
Okay.
safe. Just
All right,
make
all
him-
right,
Somebody
all right.
make a motion to his appointment and then just second it and then vote on it.
All right, I'll make a motion to appoint Frank.
I'll second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Very good, it passes with
Really, we're covered.
3-0 vote. Pretty good at politics here.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. There's a little recap of our 26 budget that we just voted to ask for release of funds. Lyons Park, Swenson Park, Turtle Creek Park, and some unallocated funds, and we're chipping away at the unallocated funds, so. Come with ideas of things that you guys would like to see done this year. One thing I was thinking about on the pickleball courts, where we have the benches outside the pickleball courts, if we would want like a simple shade structure over the benches, as people are sitting there waiting for our games. And I don't know if it's something you guys would like to see or not, but just.
Well, did we get the paddle thing put in?
Yes, that, I believe it's.
So if you
Oh,
do the
yeah.
paddle thing, you can go sit at the shelter, right?
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, real close.
Very true.
Yeah, if it's a chilly day, you might want to sit in the sun.
Yeah, yeah. That is true. Okay.
So you'll be asking for 300,000 from the.
From the
council?
council,
release
yeah,
the
so-
funds,
Coming
yeah.
up,
Yeah,
Yeah,
we-
probably even on Tuesday maybe.
Yeah,
Yep.
hopefully Tuesday, yep. so-
And then there's no, you're not, then is there any surplus in this budget, or it doesn't look like it to me?
There's
You don't-
35,000 minus 8,200 is the surplus.
So we already
Okay.
asked for the budget, and they
Okay.
awarded us 300,000. So that's already been allocated towards us, so we're just asking them to release the funds so we can start
Right.
spending it now.
Okay, all right.
And some of the stuff may be, I don't know. the
Some,
budget
yeah, some of them
might
might,
be lower.
might be a little cheaper, you know,
Right.
some of them we do it ourselves. so,
Right,
yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
So there might be some extra allocations available, you know, throughout the year too, so.
Yeah.
A lot of times you don't know if the prices are gonna go up in that next year.
Right.
They're gonna go down, if they're stay the same, so you always, anymore, I'd like to figure about 10% increase on what the numbers I get back in August or whatever, just because you never know.
Right.
So some stuff stayed the same, and actually, the price for the basketball court was less per foot than what it was last year, so
Oh.
I'm hoping that his numbers, he didn't miss something.
Right.
So I'm hoping when he does the pickleball, to see if he'll honor that same price, so that would save us quite a bit.
Mhm.
Did they say anything about like putting those pads under tension when they put them in to try to help with cracking?
I guess I don't recall anything like that, just they made sure the subgrade is decent, and got good gravel in there, packed it good, and it's all rebarred and everything else.
Okay.
You asked for, I'm not exactly sure how this works, but let's say you wanted to start budgeting for a new pool. Do
Mhm.
you start budgeting that now? Let's say if you're gonna do the project in 3 years from now, or I mean, should money be starting to be put aside as a park and recs?
So
Do
at
you guys
budget
have-
time in the past, they've taken and put some money, just, you know, like 100,000 toward it, but they realize that 100,000's not even, it's gonna take
Right.
50 years, and by that time, is that gonna even cover it, you know?
Right,
So they, I think in order to get a pool passed, you're just looking to have to go up and vote with people and get, you know, and get the money, or you can use it, take out a grant for it and pay it back in tax or something like that, so. I think that's about the only way you're gonna be able to afford to do a pool.
is that your number one Parks and Rec activity, you think, is a pool, or in the city, or you think it's the ball fields, or?
Depends on who you ask.
Yeah.
The park gets used a
I think the
lot.
parks get used a lot too. I mean,
Yeah.
And the pool gets
and the
used a lot.
pool, and, I mean,
Jamboree days brings a lot of traffic into town.
yeah.
Right.
There's,
The ball, I mean, the fields get used
Yeah,
a lot
they get
too.
used, yeah. The sports complex
Yeah.
out there, during the summertime, it's solid traffic out there.
yeah,
Mhm.
it's,
And the bike trails, honestly, I feel like those are heavily used. I mean,
yeah.
And then-
continuing to add to those is important, I
And then
think.
We ever gonna need 2 driveways into the field out there?
We were hoping to have another exit going out to the east eventually.
Okay.
So that's kind of the plan. We were looking at maybe going something to the south, but that, they've already got that all staked out and developed. So,
So towards Vandemark.
so yeah, so we'd be going toward Vandemark, yeah, I think, eventually, so. And we met with a gentleman here a couple weeks ago on basically safe conditions in your town or whatever, foot traffic, car traffic, stuff like that. So it sounds like there's gonna be some money available to help with some of the bike trails, maybe doing some road improvements, different projects like that, so. They're in the beginning of their study, they're gonna have some meetings for the public to attend if they want to and give their input, and they're hoping by, I want to say June or July, to have kind of a plan put together to start looking at, you know, talking to town and say, yeah, we think here's a project that we think that would benefit, that you guys could probably go after the money for, and stuff like that, so. It's probably gonna be something, like I said, they'll have 2 or 3 meetings for the general public to attend, and then they'll get back together with the cities again and talk to them, county. County itself didn't go after this, or wasn't part of it, but there's like, so Western Avenue, how that narrows up so bad, it's a safety issue out there. But we could partner with the county, go after the money, and then partner with the county to help split the cost of that, even though it's not our road. Technically, 100% our road anyway, so we own one half, that they own the other half, but they do the maintenance on it, so that portion of it. So there is some other options that will be coming out for these different projects. Like I said, the pool and that stuff is something that we're probably gonna go off the board with people and just take out a huge loan for it and promise that you know, out of your taxes, it's gonna get paid back this way.
How much life do you think we have in that pool?
Negative years.
Borrowed time.
It's that,
We've been
Past
piecing it
and
together
repaired.
for quite a few years, just keeping it open and keeping it going.
what about, let's say if you eliminated the pool and put in like a fountain thing that people could cool
Splash,
off?
like a splash pad.
We looked into some of them. They actually looked at, we're talking one time about doing something if they close First Street off down here. I talked to some gentlemen from Fargo, because they just put in one, Sturgis, Rapid City. The upkeep on them is unreal, because if you don't have, if you have a good water supply, then you can just treat the water and let it waste. If you don't have a good water supply, then you gotta recirculate the water, which means you have to have an underground pump system or a pump building somewhere, plus all your chemicals form, and chlorine gets ate up pretty quick when it's out in the sun. And just, evaporate and stuff like that, so. I mean, you see them, you hear them, maintenance-wise, they are expensive and they're costly, so.
Would there be a lot of pushback, do you think, from the public if we eliminated that pool?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I think so.
You'll be in trouble.
I
So
think,
that's pretty much where we're at, pool or not.
Yeah,
If we
it's
have to
just-
pay for it or not, that's.
yeah,
that's
but I think
where
it's
we're
gonna
at.
come down to that, is you're gonna, like I said, council's gonna say, let's really look at doing a pool, let's get it out for a vote or whatever, and something like that, so.
Okay, so it's, yeah, almost a yes, no thing. Okay, all right.
It's almost like the sooner we seriously start talking about it, the better. Because
Could get a little heated here in the Parks and Rec,
Yeah.
last few years.
well,
I do know with the budget money that you guys got this year from the council, will take care of a lot of things small things that need to get done.
Right.
Another pickleball court,
Yeah.
improvements on some fields, things
Yeah.
like that. I mean, it's huge, and we got the parking lot now expanded out there, so
Yeah.
that helped.
Yeah.
So there is, you'll see a lot of different good improvements in the park system this year. Then, like I said, next year, I think you guys need to keep concentrating on getting the rest of the stuff done.
Yeah.
And let the council and the public decide, yeah, we're doing a pool.
yeah, that's how I feel too. The pool is such a bigger thing than what this board is set up to do. The council probably needs to make it a point, hey, if our goal is to have this by 2035, it needs to start now in the planning and get the city on board, get the residents on board. And then we probably have to find a way to construct it while still servicing the old pool, so we're not without a pool.
Yeah, because if you lose them kids a full year, they might get used to going to Wild Water West or something like that, where they're gonna say, I'm not going back to our pool, so. So you wanna kind of try to keep the construction open. I'm not sure how Camp never turned out. I mean, their pool's down for like 2 years, as they were trying to get it built and everything like that, and the fundings. I don't know how I believe it was up and running this fall or this summer, last summer. I never did hear how their attendance came back, was it worth doing it, was it not worth doing it,
that is one thing that I noticed out of Hartford, they're pretty good at going over checking out the new shiny objects, you know, we can get something new there. There's a good amount of attraction to it, you just gotta make sure that it's functioning well and keeping the attention, so. All right. Well, let's see, where are we on our,
We're at the bottom.
yep, we are ready to, adjourn, is that where we're at? Or we're looking for agenda items for the next meeting? Maybe I'm on the wrong.
Nope.
uh,
So it sounds like maybe have a discussion next meeting about the trail
The trail and,
and the sign.
Yeah, see how much, because we, on our budget, we just kind of put the full amount on the request for the sign, right?
The new entrance sign is part of the Swenson Park stuff
Yeah.
under the 26 budget.
That's another thing, we put 26,000 on there, and the family agreed to donate something, we just don't know what, so that will go back into our surplus to finding more cool and fun things for the city. Very good. Anything else you guys would like to see on the agenda next meeting? And if you think of stuff, feel free to email the group and with Teresa in it, and she's pretty good at getting stuff put on the agenda for us, so.
Do we need a new quote for that greenway belt then, for the asphalt, or?
That was a different.
What
set
do
of
we
trails
call
that-
them, the Swenson Park Trail? The Swenson Park Trail?
Probably Swenson Park.
Yeah.
Some of that just gets, we just kind of label it, and then some of it might get changed to underneath of an old person's name, like Fitzmore's Trail, you know, things like that, so.
Okay, anything else for the good of the order to put on next meeting that anybody would like to talk about here? And if your eyes and ears at the council, so if you hear them grumbling about stuff, please let us know. We'll get discussing it.
Yeah. It'll be too much of a problem.
Yeah.
Like our parks and rec, I think the parks are really nice here. Hartford.
Very good. All right, otherwise we can make a motion to adjourn with our next meeting being February 23rd.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
All
I
right,
will second.
all right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Adjourned. Very good, thank you for your time.
Tuesday.
It's always Monday,
Oh, good.
always Monday.
Yep.
I wasn't gonna be able to make that Tuesday, so that's good.
I will not be here.
Okay.